Hi, hello everyone. I'm compelled to talk on this platform once again. Um, I have been compelled to do it for quite a bit, but recently my mental health has deteriorated quite a bit, and right now I'm like in a really bad state, in a really bad place, and I'm really trying to function, just like straight up. I'm really just trying to function right now. About like 3 weeks ago, intensely, even before that, but it kind of went away on its own. It kind of stopped. But for the last like 2 to 3 weeks, I've been like experiencing a really bad episode of anxiety and like panic attacks. The worst in my whole life, like 100%, not even like, there's no question about it. Like, every day I'm panicking for like at least like 4 hours, sometimes like 6 or 8. Sometimes I'm only not panicking for like 5 hours. The panic, it feels like my body feels congested, I guess, and tired, and I have like the standard sort of like panic, like my heart rate is like higher, my chest hurts, um my like arms and legs hurt. I can maybe like not feel them as well. um I don't know, my head hurts. It's like I start to feel weak or like I'm gonna faint. um I don't have an appetite. My stomach hurts. All these things. I can only focus on like fear and being scared during those times. Like maybe I can distract myself to like do something. Like maybe I can force myself to study. I won't be studying very efficiently, but maybe I can do it, or maybe I can force myself to like be around people or go to a lecture or something. Like I can function, let's say. But then I'll usually have a panic attack like once or twice, which is like, of course, the full-on panic attack that like is painful physically and emotionally, where like I think I'm gonna die and all that. It's not so black and white. There are definitely like progressions to it. Sometimes I'm gonna be mildly panicking, but like my day will, like, I will relatively function throughout the day, and then like in the beginning when I didn't know what was happening with me, and like I didn't know if I was dying or not. Um, I didn't like illuminate the fact that I was panicking the whole time yet. I just thought I was like, I mean, and I was going insane essentially. Like I thought I had like rabies or something. I don't know. I still kind of do fear that a lot. But that's usually when I'm like having a panic attack. While I'm having a panic attack, like I will either be scared that I'm like rabid, that I have rabies, or that I'm developing schizophrenia and that I'm losing my mind and that I'll never be fine. But um, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm trying to collect myself. But yeah, while I was like panicking, like for the first week, while I still don't know it was like panic related, um, I just had the fucking worst week of my life probably. I was panicking from Monday through Friday nonstop, and then on Friday I stopped drinking like some like pills that I needed for other reasons for my health. But I kind of convinced myself that I was going crazy because of them, like that those were the side effects. So I went to my doctor and I asked her for me to stop taking them, and she said fine. Like it's not that I need that to live or anything, so it's not really important. She was like, it's fine, it's your choice. So I stopped taking them, and then I was really happy for like um the Friday. It was like the first time I felt relief in like a week essentially. And that was like I was so happy. I was actually so happy. I thought it was finally over, and like it's really hard for me not to cry while talking about this because it really has been shit, and I'm really like fighting. But yeah, that was like the first time that I was like genuinely felt okay. Sunday and Saturday, I guess, and Sunday. I can't really remember it that well, but I think they were fine. I think I felt semi-normal. Maybe I think I was still nervous. Um yeah, I still got nervous at like around 5, which is when the sun goes down. And it was when I used to take my the pills I was taking for the week. Um so yeah, I don't know. I kind of convinced myself that it was because like the pills were still in my system. So that's why I was panicking. Uh, on Monday, I was really scared, but like I had a good attitude, I guess. I went to the gym in the morning. I went to college. I went out with my friends, and I did start to panic, and I was panicking, but I was outside and I was distracting myself actively, so like I didn't have a panic attack for like the first time in a while. Um, that I felt like anxious and I didn't have a panic attack. So I was like feeling very good about myself in terms of like I managed to kind of make myself feel better. Because for a long time I just felt like I was very much out of control in terms of how I felt and what was going on with me. I'm sorry if you can like hear the washing machine. I can't really control that, but yeah. Um, but yeah, I started kind of feeling fine, and then for the next week, I kind of kept that up of like, okay, I know I'm gonna panic every day. I know it's gonna happen probably around 5. I'm not gonna like make myself panic, but if I start panicking at that time, I'm not gonna panic about the fact that I'm panicking, if that makes sense. I'm gonna be like, this is just like what happens to me at 5. And if I'm okay with it, if I don't care, um, if I expect it, it's gonna be easier to deal with it. And that's what I did. And like I went to the gym like quite regularly. I tried to go like every few days, and that was fine. And then and the whole time that I was doing this, I was like taking this something like that my aunt gave me on Friday. It was like this. It's essentially just a little like supplement thing that's like it's made from like some kind of flour, and it's supposed to like help with anxiety. So I was taking that the whole time as well. But then like last week I thought I was like finally over. Like I was feeling good for most of the time, and I even had like a day when maybe I would feel like a little bit panicked, but like it was very mild. So I stopped drinking the flour concoction thing regularly. And then when was this? Oh yeah, on it was last Friday, I think. Last Friday, I just like started tweaking. I like started tweaking really bad. I was panicking a lot, and I was panicking early. Like I was panicking a little bit before 5, and I was already outside. And if I went home, I would be home alone the whole time, and it was night, and it was after 5. So I was really scared that I was gonna panic and have a panic attack. So I like went to hang out with some friends, and those friends like got drunk and fucking started smoking weed, and I didn't really want to be a part of that, but I was like panicking a lot. So I went home. By that time, I wasn't alone anymore, so it was fine. I managed to like calm myself down before going to sleep. And then on Saturday and Sunday, it was like a lot harder. It was a lot harder to calm down. Um, I don't really remember what happened because like I was just so anxious. But I remember it got bad again, and this week has been bad again. Like very, I mean, it has been bad for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks at this point. Don't get me wrong. Like I have not been able to function normally. Just like period. I've been feeling like my life is ending or my life will never be the same. I have not felt good. Like I felt very restrained by this my whole week. Like I can't go outside. I can't like do certain things without being scared that I'm gonna start panicking there and that I'm not gonna be okay. And like it's been very, very overwhelming because it really does feel like there's just this giant burden on my mind, on my back. Like something is holding me back. Like my friends want to go out and like they want to go out for a beer and I really want to go with them, but like I'm scared of drinking beer because I'm scared it's gonna make me panic more. Or I don't know, what if they're gonna smoke and then I don't know, the nicotine will make me panic more. Or what if I go out with my friends and then I order a coffee and then the caffeine makes me feel worse. Call fuck. Everything that I do, I kind of have like a okay, but I'll probably be worse because of this. So it's been like a very walking on eggshells, trying to be very careful, but still having to deal with the normal load of my life. Like still having to go to college, still having to fucking the exams are starting soon, you know. I had to start worrying about that. Or not even worrying, but like trying to survive at this point. Because when I have a panic attack, when I start panicking, it's not related to my thoughts. It's just something that happens. And I think that's why it's scary, and that's why I'm so scared that like I have some physiological thing happening with me and not like psychological, is because it's not like I'm like, oh my god, I'm so scared about this test tomorrow, and then I have a panic attack over the test tomorrow. It's just my body starts panicking. It's something that I cannot control with my thoughts. It's something that I cannot, at least on a like a conscious level. On a subconscious level, I'm sure that like relaxing myself will make it better. I'm not saying that like I have no power in this. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just that when I am panicking, I can't really do anything besides like breathing deeply and distracting myself to cope with that. And sometimes that's just like not enough. Or sometimes a thought will come into my mind and it will make it worse, and I can't really do anything about it. But a lot of times, just like remembering good things or thinking about positive things won't really do anything because, like, I can't, like, before I would panic about certain things, but I would try to, like, rationalize it to myself. Then I would feel better. But with this, there's nothing to rationalize. So it's kind of like my only coping strategy when it comes to stress has been taken away from me. And I don't know, now the thing is I don't think I've ever taken care of myself and my mental health long term or preventatively, I guess. So right now I have to learn that while I'm kind of suffering with the consequences of not doing that. And literally if somebody like a month ago went up to me and was like, "Hey, you really need to take care of yourself right now because you'll go through something very traumatic if you don't do that. Like, it'll be really hard. You're gonna think you're dying. Like, you will not enjoy life anymore." I would do something, maybe. Probably. I would hope so. But right now, I don't really. have a choice in that. It just kind of done and decided for me. Like, I had maybe one or two panic attacks this summer, but they were kind of like very textbook, I guess. Um, like, I don't remember. I don't think anybody, or I don't think anything was like stressing me out particularly at that point when I had my first panic attack. I think I just like I was in a lot of like physical pain. Like my back was hurting a lot and my leg was hurting a lot. And then I wanted to lay down, but no matter how I laid down, my back really hurted me. Um and then my legs started hurting me, and then like very suddenly my chest was hurting and my jaw was hurting, and I was like scared I was having a panic, like not a panic attack. I was scared I was having a heart attack, and I was scared of like laying down and relaxing because like what if I ignore a heart attack and I die, right? And it was quite intense. Like it was very like physically painful, and it took a very long time for me to start trusting that um, I was feeling a panic attack and not dying. And yeah, that one was just like very much a heart attack kind of feeling. Um, and then this was already when college started. I was dyeing my hair and I was scared I was gonna have an allergic reaction to the hair dye. And then I had a panic attack. I felt like I was gonna throw up and like faint. And my head hurt a lot. And then I don't know if I got sick at the same time or if anxiety is really just that powerful. But the next day I woke up really congested and feeling bad. And like, uh, my neck felt like bad. Like, my neck kind of was hurting. And then that pain kind of went into, like neck pain and shoulder pain. That was like really intense. And it was going on for like 2 days. And then um, we we were traveling and we were like coming back to our like hometown, and I felt like I couldn't swallow, and I was really scared. So I went into the ER, and the doctor there was like, maybe it's your um, like thyroid. It seems like a little bit enlarged. You should probably like go check it out. Um, and like other than that, I think you either like hurt your shoulder or your neck, so it hurts, or like maybe it's anxiety, but like none of the things that you're like presenting with right now aren't like dangerous. Like your throat isn't closing, like maybe your thyroid is a bit swollen, but like that's it. And so she told me to drink ibuprofen for my like thyroid. I did that and I felt a lot better. Like I felt normal. I would sometimes feel my neck hurt, but it wasn't ever that bad. And I feel like it would start hurting more before the time I'm about to drink the ibuprofen. So I just kind of prescribed that to the fact that the ibuprofen was like not as effective, like because I either have to take it in like half an hour or it's only been half an hour since I took it, so it's still not working, right? But yeah, after like a few days, it got better, and then I stopped drinking anything. And that was kind of the end of that experience. Like my results came back, and my thyroid was fine. Um, and then like as I took the as I drew my blood for like the thyroid thing, I also drew my blood for the therapy thing, and so like a few weeks after that, my doctor was like, "You can start taking the therapy," and then I started taking the therapy, and then I kind of am here now. Um, So that's like, I guess, the whole timeline of events concerning my panic. I don't know. I think it's very clear how it can be just like my anxiety like making physical, like manifesting through physical symptoms. Um, but also like, man, from my perspective, I can see why I was tweaking and thinking that I'm like sick. I think a lot of that health anxiety, like, really made my panic attacks either worse or completely caused them. Considering the fact that I was like sick with mono last year and that it absolutely destroyed my university life, because it essentially made me have to redo the first year again while doing the second year, and it just set me back a lot. It set me back a lot financially, and it was like a very scary time because I didn't know if I was gonna make it or not or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so bad, and I'm trying to be okay with it. I'm pretty sure that I don't know why, or if I had it before and I just didn't do anything about it, but I'm pretty sure that I have panic disorder. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, just looking at the symptoms of it, they kind of correlate very well. And I found like a picture that illustrated quite well what I was feeling. So I'm just gonna like read it out. It was like an infographic, but I'm gonna read it out just in case somebody is like maybe watching this and they're like felt, you know. Um so okay. These are some of the psychological symptoms of panic disorder. So rapid heart rate. Even on my like sports watch thing, I can see that like my heart rate has increased compared to last month. So yeah. Shortness of breath is like, and chest pain or discomfort is very um for me was kind of while I was going through a panic attack only. Sweating or chills, my body temperature has been very weird. Like, I'm either really cold sometimes or I'm really warm sometimes. Especially like, it's just very like polar. If I'm feeling maybe fine, I'll maybe be very warm, and then if I'm scared, I'm gonna be very cold and stuff like that. Trembling or shaking is very normal and makes sense for this, I guess. Nausea, it's been very hard for me to eat. Um, Dizziness, I'm very dizzy, and like I'm dizzy in a way where I feel like I'm gonna faint. Numbness, my arms and legs have been numb very much. Even my face has been numb at times, which made me panic that I was having a stroke. So just be on the lookout for that. Cause that fucked me up. Hot flashes or chills, I guess goes into that. And then for the psychological symptoms, it's intense fear of losing control. Uh, which is really scary because you can't really control when you're gonna feel panic or when you're gonna get a panic attack. So, um, the more you think about it, the more you're scared of losing control. But the more you try to control your panic, the more you feel like you're not in control. So, I it's best to let go. I know it is, but like, it's very hard. It's very very hard. So, yeah, fear of dying. Um, really scary when you're having a panic attack. Then fear of detachment. I've been kind of depersonalizing, derealizing, whatever, for the bigger part of these few weeks because I've just been panicking so much. And so when I panic, I kind of derealize from the situation. I focus on the panic and on like the bad things I'm feeling, but also detachment is very much like you are going through so much, both mentally and physically, that you kind of feel very distant from other people in your life. First of all, your anxiety is preventing you from talking to people and like hanging out with people or going outside or going to university or whatever you may be avoiding. But then also, a lot of people will say they get how you feel, but like as somebody who has been anxious and struggling with anxiety and panic my whole life, this isn't something that's like very normal. Like this isn't a normal kind of panicking slash I have a panic attack sometimes. This is like a life altering, like terrible thing. So just the fact that the people around me don't really get it or can't help me is very isolating, and it's very hard. And yeah, I just really try to focus on like the fact that when I feel fine, I really can feel normal and happiness, because when I feel anxious, it's so hard for me to feel anything but fear and anything but like feeling like it's gonna last forever. So it's not like with depression where it's like you feel depressed for like a month and then for a month you feel happy. So it's kind of like easier to ease yourself into being happy. It's also easier to ease yourself into being depressed, but like once you stop being depressed, you have a chance to like be happy. With this, it's like I'm happy for 3 hours and then I'm not happy for 5 hours, and during those 5 hours it's really hard to remember that next the next few hours I'm probably gonna be happy again. So yeah, you kind of become very split in that way, where like there's like the half of you that's normal and the half of you that's panicking, and it's almost as if like you feel possessed by the part of you that's panicking and you're just waiting for them to clock out so you can be yourself again, I guess. But yeah, just anxiety and hypervigilance as well. Being always aware that you might start to panic, and becoming fearful, or saddened by that fact that you're gonna panic again, and also rational thoughts. And then for the cycle of the panic disorder, which I've been really relating to, is there something happens, there's a trigger, um, either conscious or subconscious. I think for me, a big part of it is that 5 a.m., because I don't really think about what time it is, but it will start to happen always at that time. Sometimes earlier, but like always at that time, I will be panicking. Like if it's 4 to 8 p.m., I will be panicking. There's no question about that. Um, but yeah, even when I don't pay attention to the time, it still happens. I guess it's a bit harder because like it's winter, so I can see that it's getting dark, so I know it's about that time. Maybe it is the getting like maybe it is about nightfall itself that makes me scared. I'm not sure, but even when I'm in like a lecture and like the lights are turned on and I can't see the windows, I still start to panic at that time. Even if I don't know that it's that time and I don't know that it's falling, like night is gonna be. I don't know. It's probably just like my internal clock that's kind of like, okay, time to panic. But yeah, you have a trigger, you perceive a certain danger from that. Again, I don't know what danger I'm perceiving from it being 5 o'clock. I don't know. So I can't say that it's something like, I don't know, you hear somebody say bacon and you're scared of bacon, so you perceive the danger from bacon. I don't know, like it's not something that I'm aware of, so it's very hard for me to work on it. But yeah, you perceive a certain danger, you feel fear, and then you feel your body reacting to that fear, and then you label that sensation as catastrophic. For example, oh my god, my chest hurts because I'm scared because it's 5 a.m. I must be having a heart attack. And then you start panicking further. It doesn't have to be this, I think. Sometimes I think I just feel a bodily sensation and then I start panicking because of that. Sometimes I'm scared because I'm panicking and I'm scared I'm gonna lose my mind. But like it's always that circle. And um, until you kind of stop yourself and find yourself that you're in that circle, it's really kind of impossible to end it because again, when you start panicking, you're irrational. So it's not like you're just gonna ration yourself out of the circle by yourself. You need to like consciously know what to look for and be very careful and strong and confident in what's happening. Um, but yeah, so just racing heart, chest pain, nausea, sweating, shortness of breath, dizziness, and a fear of losing control, like overwhelm overwhelming sense of impending doom or fear of going crazy, which often leads to avoidance behaviors and increased anxiety about future attacks. Like this is so real because for a long time I was really scared that I was actually losing my mind and that my life was never gonna be normal again. And like I still don't really have proof that it will, but I'm just gonna like force myself to believe it. But like yeah, it's really scary. So if somebody's going through this right now, I get you. It's really hard. I think it's really hard to get information on how this helps because there's not like a shake your hand 3 times and you'll stop and you'll never have this problem. If you have this problem or if you're on the way to develop this problem, seek professional help now because I think there were some signs and I was ignoring it, and I would never have imagined they would get this bad this quickly because it I was never really like relaxed as a person. But if I could do, I don't know, I would like probably amputate my leg like to get a chance to fucking be as happy under quotation marks as I was like a month ago. Like I did not know how good I had it until it was taken away from me. So, um, take care of yourself. Like when it's time to take care of yourself, not when it's too late. Um, I knew I had to get mental health uh help. I knew that since I was in 6th grade. That's when I initially asked my mom to get me to some kind of therapy. Um, she didn't think it was a good idea because therapy isn't really that good in our country, in my country. And although I have to agree with that, I think some help would still be better. Um, but yeah, then I started asking for help like in high school. I kind of got it, but I wasn't intent on it enough. I got a really bad doctor. Instead of switching my doctor, I kind of just stopped going. And my doctor was like notoriously bad. Um, so yeah, I got like a psychologist that was pretty good. Um, but I had to stop going there because it was like one of those like critical things where you can only go for a set amount of time and then you have to like find somebody that you're gonna be with long term. And I didn't do that, so that kind of went to shit. Um, and then in college, I said I was gonna do it once. Now that I'm like 18, and I mean over 18, I'm not 18. But once I was over 18, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take care of myself. And then I didn't do it because of everything that happened. And now it's like kind of my hand was forced to do it. And I mean, it's a good thing that it was, but right now I'm really trying to function. Um, my psychiatrist appointment is in 3 months, and like that's great. It could have been worse, but I really need help now to just function properly and for this to not get worse. And I'm trying to be mindful, but like I really do find myself wanting a professional who's objective and who can say like, "Hey, don't do this. This is making you feel good only in the short term, but it's actually like bad for you, you know?" Because I'm always like thinking about how to help myself and what I should be doing, but I think that I I really thought I could do it by myself, but I think I bit off more than I could chew, and that I really need a professional because although I'm very self-aware of what I do, and although I analyze it a lot, I don't think I really do anything for myself. First of all, and I think I kind of um, I think a bit overly positive and overly idealistic about it. And I think there's also a part of me that's like, I grew up in a family that was very dysfunctional. And a big part of why I'm mentally ill is probably not because, like, I as a person am, like, very mentally ill, but because I grew up with a mom who was very mentally ill, and with a family that's very mentally ill and not good and quite toxic. So I think I was just raised into a very unhealthy way of thinking, and so I would try to make myself feel better and take care of myself. But I think that like my perception of what healthy is has been warped a lot by the fact that I grew up like that. And so because of that, I'm really sad that I didn't seek help before. Because to me, it's now very clear that I cannot do this by myself because I do not even know what healthy looks like. And if I knew that, if I truly felt that, I think that if I was raised in like a household that was healthy and I knew what that looked like and what I had to do, if I had an image of that in my mind, I think I could like really do that with myself. And I think that I could kind of take care of myself normally and I wouldn't have a need for a psychiatrist. Like, even if I still was in this situation, which I probably wouldn't be in if I was just not, I mean, abused kind of as a kid, I think I would be able to help myself like fully because I would know what to strive for. Like, when I would feel bad, I would be able to be like, hey, I'm feeling bad. I should probably do this because this is the healthy way to think about things. But I don't have that, so I'm kind of just constantly thinking about new things and new strategies, and just like going through trial and error with myself and watching YouTube videos that maybe apply to me but maybe don't. And like even if they do, it's still very hard for me to understand them and perceive them because again I may be misunderstanding them and not even conceptualizing that I'm doing that. But because I don't have this back and forth of a psychiatrist and myself, me being like, hey, I tried this, I did this, this, and this, and I felt this, and then my psychiatrist being like, bitch, are you dumb? You were supposed to do this, you know? I don't have that, so I just keep doing it, and it might be like costing me a lot, but I'm just like going and forcing it. So yeah, I don't know. One thing that is definitely clear is that due to my anxiety or my depression or whatever, I think my anxiety is a bigger problem, my insecurity. But I have realized that I really don't have a developed sense of self. Uh, and what I mean by that is that like I'm constantly trying to make myself fit. Um, I mean, my mom has BPD, so maybe that's like a sort of that thing. I'm pretty sure I'm autistic, so maybe it's that thing. But I feel like I'm constantly trying to read the room and trying to make myself be the like cool, nice person that people want to be around. Um, I think I mask a lot because sometimes I'll just be outside and be with my friends, and like my friends will go, and I'll just feel so disgusting about myself. So I don't know. I feel like I've been like masking my whole life, kind of, and it's very hard for me to know who I am. But I think I'm kind of overthinking it too much. I think I should just be. But that's kind of hard. It's kind of hard because I don't even know what I feel most of the time. I think I kind of forced myself out to just be like, I'm this type of person because people perceive me as this type of person, so I'll act like this type of person. And I feel like I've been basing myself off of what other people think of me a lot, and to a point where it's kind of been killing me, and to a point where I don't really feel good, and I feel very scared when I'm alone and by myself. Like I feel like I can't make myself happy. I feel like I can only make myself happy by interacting with other people and by like making other people laugh, and then I feel good about myself. Or other things like that. I don't think that's good. So I'm trying to become more independent for my well-being, and in that regard I'm also trying to kind of try to just illuminate how I feel, because a lot of times I don't know how I feel or what I want or what's the best of me. What's the best for me. So I think that this like kind of decision making part and like inhibition part also almost is very hard for me, because when I'm faced with something, first of all, I don't know how to make a decision that I'm okay with, because I don't really feel any special way towards anything. Not in a sense that like I don't care, but more so in a sense that like I'm very overwhelmed by making a decision, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel um in any like sort of regard. Like I don't know how I'm gonna feel if if I choose this decision, or how I'm gonna feel if I choose this decision. I don't really know. And also I don't really know what I should be doing or what is the best for me. Like not like that, but like rationally. Like I don't know, like, oh, is it better for me to go outside and relax with my friends and, go and rest? Or is it better if I study? Like I don't know which one to pick. I don't know which one is the better option. Not like what I feel like is the better option, but what is actually the best for me long term. Because I think every decision should be a mixture of that, of like, well, I want to do this, but it's not the best for me right now, and I'm gonna feel bad in the future. So right now I'm gonna do this so that in the future I can do something that I really want to do. I feel like I don't really have that, because I just make decisions based on what other people are thinking that I need to do, or I'm just like on autopilot doing my work. Like either coming from college and cleaning, and I think that's why I've been so obsessed with cleaning and overworking myself even uh, to some degree physically, because it's so much easier to do that because I don't have to think about how I feel or what's best for me. I know that if I clean something, that's gonna be a net benefit, and I know that I can just like distract myself and not think while I do that, and not use my brain. And I don't know, I think that, for example, has been really deteriorating my mental health, and I think I kind of forgot who I am in a way. I think this has always been an issue with me since I was little, and that's why I'm very Like, um, that's why I maybe believe that it's due to like masking, because my problems kind of began around like when I started going to school, because I didn't really adapt very well to that, because most people in my school already knew each other from kindergarten, and I was kind of alone, and so I felt very isolated and I didn't really make any friends. And then I started making friends. I started like trying, and then I kind of felt like nobody liked me, and then I started kind of, I guess, masking at that point, I think, um, so that other people will like me. I started like kind of changing, and I think it's kind of clear because when I was a kid, I had an idea of myself, or at least, I mean, I was way too young to know, but like everybody says that to me, that when I was a kid, I was very happy, and I was kind of shy, but I always wanted to make other people laugh, and I was very like brave and adventurous, and that it was really nice to be around me, like that I was just a very nice kid, and that I cared a lot about my family and stuff. That was just, you know, jolly and polite. And then when I started going to school, everybody started saying, "Oh, you're so quiet, you're so shy, you never speak, you're so polite, you never do anything. Oh, you're so anxious, you're so, you worry about everything." And I think I lost my confidence a lot during that time. And now I'm just kind of stuck in this where I'm like very, very shy and quiet and scared. Whereas before I was maybe shy and introverted, but obviously I was brave, and I don't think I'm brave anymore, you know? I don't think I'm brave anymore. I'm scared to do new things, and I can feel myself sometimes being like, I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it. But like right now, I don't know, the fear has very much taken over. And I know that I have a natural predisposition for this. Like, my grandma has told me straight up that she went through the same thing when she was like younger, and that it just stopped at some point. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, I think, whereas before I constantly would focus on, and like I would constantly say to myself, "Oh my god, you need to be more focused, you need to be more productive, you need to focus on studying, and you need to focus on what you have to do, and why are you procrastinating, and why are you so distracted, and why are you so awkward, and why are you so loud, and you were so unfunny, and you were so cringe, and what are you trying to prove, and why don't you do this and that." Like, as a kid and as a teenager, I would very much do that to myself. And then I think now I'm just like, why was I so hard on that person? Like, that person was just trying to exist, and I I I like stomped on it. Like, I actually stomped on myself. Like, I completely limited myself on like expressing myself and getting to know myself. So, I don't know. That's, I guess, what I'm ending it on. I think I could talk a lot more about this, but my throat is kind of starting to hurt, and I think I need to like kind of think about it a little bit more. I think I need some time on it. I needed I need to cook on it for a little bit more, but I'm happy that I kind of talked about this, because again, I feel like I need to stop um, putting it off and just stumbling it. If there's a fire inside me right now, I think I should let it burn out. Um, and then there will be no fire. But if I just force it, I don't think